very good evening and welcome to your sports in this hour here on News at Prime, coming to you live from Monte Casino. It is the induction into South Africa's Hall of Fame for a footballing legend, an icon of the sport and the man behind Kaizer Chiefs FC. Born in 1944 on the 16th of October, tonight Kaizer Motaung will be inducted along with a number of other sporting icons in the country. With me I've got the sporting director for the team, also the son, Kaizer Motaung Jr. A very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. The who's who of football, the who's who of Kaizer Chiefs. So here we just saw the team coming through. It's a special evening for your father.
Yeah. Special evening, I think, for all of us, a big celebration. We are just in awe of what we are able to witness with our leader. You know, Dr. Motaung is not just a football legend, but I think he himself is an institution in terms of how he's transformed millions of lives in this country. So it's a massive, massive night. We're just very honored and privileged to be here to witness this, and we are very excited that this happens for people while he's still around, and he can actually see how he's touched people's lives and hear the stories. But we're very honored and privileged to be next to him, and we're very just excited to be here.
Where does this rank for him? Because it's not the first honor that he gets. He's received presidential accolades, international accolades, but to be in the South African Hall of Fame with the 96 AFCON winning team, with the 1995 Springboks that won the first Rugby World Cup, and a number of other sporting legends.
Yeah, I think he is a person who always reminds us that he hates being in the forefront. He hates being recognized. I think that's where his massive humility is and comes from. But I think inducted into a Hall of Fame where you've seen sporting teams and people have impacted the nation the way that they have and how to get recognized. And I think it is a massive honor. And I think he does see it that way. But he's the first person to remind you he never did any of this by himself. And he always reminds about the forefathers, his colleagues, and every single person that applied their trade for the gold and black to make it what it is today. So I think he is taking it all in. And he'll be the first to remind us it's not about him. But we know at this moment in time it really is. And we're just very, very, very excited and happy for him.
You mentioned his contribution, the legacy that will live on for many, many generations to come. Do you want to just tell us a little bit more about the kind of lives and the names of the people whose lives he's completely transformed?
I think, I wouldn't even be able to name specific names, but I think about how he's changed a nation, how he impacted a country at a time when, as a black person, you literally had no rights to own a piece of land, you had no rights to ownership of yourself. And I think for him to provide a platform and an environment for young black Africans and people of all colors and races to thrive and to have a sense of identity and achievement, I think that speaks a lot. And I think he's also played a massive role at a very critical time in the country when, we were going through the changes that we were going through. And I think sports at that time really was a beacon of hope and light, and also a tool for transformation, And I think whether it's sports, politics, the world of business, I think the beauty of what he's done is transcended over all the different genres and categories. And, I think many leaders in this country over the past have been, definitely affected, come in contact with, and I think it's just to bear testimony to the man himself and what he's achieved.
The team finds itself in a difficult position currently on the log. Results haven't been going your way. You've currently got an interim coach. Fans weren't allowed at last night's match, despite it being a 5-goal thriller. Where do you and management sit currently with where the team is headed and where the team currently are heading into a massive weekend of Soweto Derby?
I think, to be honest, very excited and optimistic. I know that we really missed our fans last night in the stadium because they're very important to us. They not just are our 12th man and woman, they are an important part of what we are about. I think that we are very excited with the squad of assembled, and we are not happy with our position. We haven't been happy with many of our performances, but we know that we will have a very forward-focused approach and look right now, and we're working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure we've learned our lessons and we are implementing the things that are going to take us to the future. And I think that this upcoming game, this derby, being what it is, the magnitude, the importance of it, I believe comes at the right time. We're very, very happy that our fans will be back in the stadium on Saturday, and we promise them that we will give everything we can to be able to give them back their respect and their pride. But with our short, medium-term and long-term focus and our different approaches, we know that we are very much hitting certain targets, and others we know now what we need to do differently. So we're very, very excited about what lays ahead. But we do feel for the pain the fans are feeling, because this is not, we don't want to be seventh on the log. We don't want to be out of 2 cups that have just been on offer for us to take. So we understand their plight. We respect, love them.
Hall of Fame. As I mentioned, Kevin Johnson, when will you guys be announcing your permanent replacement for the Amakosi?
I think, as time goes on, everything from the club's perspective will be laid out and be discussed. At the moment in time, we're very much focused on one game at a time, and I think the coach's directive and sort of mandate, if you might be, is very clear, and we are just really, really focused and taking the game at a time, and I think everything else on the club side will be communicated and will come at the right time for people to know.
What's nice is a night of celebration for your chairman, but also your father and the legacy that he's laid for so many here in South Africa. Kaizer Motaung Jr. is the sporting director for Kaizer Chiefs. This evening, with their chairman, Kaizer Motaung, being inducted into the South African Hall of Fame. I'll be broadcasting from here for the rest of this evening here on News at Prime on this special Thursday.